and dominating fast break and holding Toronto under 40% from the field. They shoot about 48% from the floor at home. Jason Kidd with more assists than the Raptors have as a team, and there's that point in the pace that we were talking about. Plus 28 and plus 14 in fast break points.
Yeah, and a lot of those last two stats have to do with each other. Fast break points, a lot of those have been easy layups for the New Jersey Nets. Now, Toronto's a good three-point shooting team on the season, 36%, but they've only gone 3 for 12. Will the percentages play out? Because they need to make some threes here as we start the fourth.
That's Doris Burke. I'm Dave Pasch. Glad you could join us. Fourth quarter here in Toronto. Don't forget on ABC, Heat and Bulls coming up 2:30 Eastern time. And then a doubleheader on ESPN tonight. Magic and Pistons followed by Utah and Houston. Here's Bosch with 5 on the shot clock. Bosch on Boone. And he has really struggled since hitting his first 2 shots of the game. He's just 2 of 9 since then. Spending most of the first half on the bench in foul trouble. Williams into the lane. And Bosch with the rebound. That's only his 3rd board. He averages 11 per game.
And New Jersey buying some more time for Jason Kidd, getting some rest on the bench with Marcus Williams.
Calderon missing the layup. And Boone clears.
That's a shot that he typically finishes.
And as you can hear, the boos raining down as Vince Carter's back in. Carter has played here a handful of times, but first time in the playoffs. And he struggled today. 3 of 13 from the field, just 7 points. But they haven't needed his offense so far. Richard Jefferson with 27 to lead all scores. Bosch going strong, got it off the window, and he'll go to the line to try to pull his team back within 10.
We wonder how long Jefferson and Kidd will remain on the bench. Got to believe a couple minutes of rest here to start the fourth, because he has been stretching out their minutes. But Chris Bosch on the face-up, nice decisive use. He's very good with that first step in either direction.
Colin Collins is first, and the first on Jersey in the period. Bosch, 79% free throw shooter. That's his first miss of the day. Humphries tried to keep it alive, but it'll go to the Nets. And Nets with a lot of their second teamers on the floor. And this is when they opened up the game in the second quarter, when they had Vince Carter on the floor along with 4 reserves. And they've got 3 bench players out there right now, along with 2 starters, Carter and Collins. Another miss for Vince, 3 of 14. Toronto trying to cut it to single figures, but stepping on the sideline was Graham as he tried to take in the pass from Calderon.
Sam Mitchell, there was some talk in the papers about how a lot of his guys have played overseas in championships. And he talked about the difference. He said, obviously, the talent differential in the NBA versus overseas is a different level.
Williams lost it. Good hustle again by Humphries, but couldn't save it. Shot clock is at 9. Game 2 is Tuesday here in Toronto. Game 3 Friday in New Jersey. The 7 o'clock game on ESPN2. A triple on 3 games, 2 on ESPN, 1 on ESPN2 next Friday. Carter into the lane, his 4th field goal, and 9 points now for him.
He does what you should do in that particular instance. Your jump shot is not falling. This is a guy with explosive athletic ability. Go ahead and use the dribble, get close, make some shots, then get your rhythm from the perimeter.
Parker from the corner. There was contact but no call. Carter, contact with Parker but no foul. And then Wright throws it away, trying to hit Williams.
You wonder if on the release point of that jump shot, had the shooter landed before contact happened, maybe that's why there's no whistle.
Toronto struggling from three-point land. Coming into today in the top 10 in the regular season in three-point shooting. In their first playoff game in 5 years, they've struggled until then. Parker, who's starting to get it going here in the second half. His second 3 in the second half. Toronto back within 10.
All of his shots coming from that particular side of the floor, that area.
9-minute mark, the road team, the Nets, the 6th seed leading the 3-seeded Raptors. Our Chevrolet game track, Vince Carter, who in 15 prior playoff games for the Nets, 20 points at least in each. But in his first playoff game in Toronto, as an opponent, struggling today, just 4 of 15 from the field.
He has settled for a lot of jump shots. Chris Bosh, who averages 20 and 10, one of 4 guys in the league, has spent a lot of time out of the game or out of rhythm. He does have 14 points. Richard Jefferson has been integral to the success of New Jersey today. In fact, without him, they'd be in a lot of trouble. 27 points, really efficient 27. Jason Kidd, his sensational passing continues. 14 assists, 8 rebounds. You know, in terms of his points, that's the thing that prohibits him from the triple-doubles, because the rebounding and assists are there every night.
Right, 8 boards for Kidd, 7 points on 3 of 10 from the field. Antoine Wright missing the 3, and Bosh had it taken away by Jason Kidd. There he is again, this time on the defensive end, so to speak, after Bosh had possession. And the boos for Carter. And maybe they've had an impact. His numbers would indicate that that's the case. And now he's going to go to the free throw line for the first time in this game.
What has he done the last 2 times he's touched it that? When you're struggling shooting jump shots, go off the dribble, you're capable to get to the free throw line or get some easy opportunities close.
The fans take the boost to a new level with Carter at the line for the first time. Second foul on Humphries. First on the Raptors in the quarter. And Carter now in double figures. Jefferson back in. You wondered in our last segment when they would bring those 2 off the bench. Kidd came back in first, and now Jefferson's back.
Yeah, but you bought them each about 3.5 to 4 minutes rest.
Carter, who almost took the Raptors to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2001. In Game 7 against Philadelphia in the Eastern Semis, the same day he received his diploma from North Carolina, took a flight, played in Philly, and missed a game-winning shot, and was just 33% from the field in that game. And that's the farthest the Raptors have ever been in the postseason. Now he's an opponent, and his team leads by 11 with 8 to go in the 4th quarter in Game 1. Calderon for 3. A lot of time left, and Toronto down just 8.
Nets had gone zone.
Jefferson. Humphries fighting for it. Calderon comes away with it. Humphries on the other end with a jam, and it's a 6-point game.
Does Lawrence Frank want to use a timeout? He gets knocked far up and off the bench. Toronto had started out 0 for 8 from 3. They're 5 from 7. Remember to start the period, I said their percentage has got to come back.
Nets have 3 timeouts remaining, but not electing to use one. Shot clock at 5. Kidd out to Jefferson. Unable to hit. And last touch by Boone. It goes to Toronto.
Jose Calderon, an excellent shooter. Does a nice job spotting up, and then in transition, Chris Humphries has been a nice pickup, and of late he's played extremely well. He's a fearless guy, and he brings some energy, exactly what Toronto was in need of.
Raptors, after a bad start from 3, are tearing it up now from behind the arc. Bosh, too strong, and a Toronto foul as Carter goes down hard. That's going to go on Graham as second. And Bosh continues to struggle. 5 of 13 from the field. He's played the entire second half, though, after Sam Mitchell sat him down for a good part of the first half when he picked up 2 quick fouls.
Remember, we said Toronto, the least experienced playoff team in the playoffs. Where does it manifest itself? Well, as you get down the crunch time making plays, that's where you see it.
Good defense by Humphries on Jefferson, and he comes away with it. Bosh facing up on Collins. Bosh able to connect. Toronto is pulled within 4.
There are times where you've got to think your way out of tough situations. Toronto making a run. And who steps up for New Jersey? This has been the guy they've rode all afternoon.
27 for Jefferson. Carter couldn't slam it through. And basket interference is called on Vince Carter.
Toronto is at home to open the playoffs. It has been a while, but Chris Bosh, their star, is starting to percolate just a little bit. They have operated with him on the box, and when he's decisive with his moves, look out, folks, because he's got great speed on a face-up. Nice shot under duress. And then Chris Humphries in transition, trying to get this